Good day, RGV. Today on Valley por Vida, as always, there's a lot to unpack. We're going to be visiting with the team over at Spikes Ford to learn about how they can possibly pay for some of your gas bill at your next stop at the pump. Plus, your chance to win a non-stop summer giveaway promotion courtesy of McAllen International Airport. So sit back and relax because Valley por Vida starts right now. All right, thanks again so much for joining us today. I'm your host, Danielle Banda. Now, we have an amazing opportunity that you're definitely going to want to take advantage of. Okay, I'm talking about Spikes Ford and their recent efforts to help you and I out with some gasoline expenses. Did you know that they've got gas busters going on right now? So Spikes Ford will pay half of your gas all the way up to 35 gallons over at an El Tigre location on the corner of 107 and Sherry in Edinburgh. I mean, this is an incredible opportunity, and we've got all the details on why the Spikes Ford team is doing this, as well as how you can get in on the action.
Content segments during Valley por Vida were paid for by Spikes Ford.
Okay, good morning. My name's Al Phillips. I'm with Spikes Ford. We're here this morning at El Tigre gas station on 107 and Sherry Road. And we're just trying to give back to the community. Just a little bit back with the gas prices being so high, we decided we've been blessed and we decided to try to give back throughout the valley. We're going to do several of these gas busters, as we call it, the Spikes Ford gas busters, and try to pay for half the gas for some people in the valley at random. You drive up, we fill up your tank, we pay for half the gas for you as a gesture back, giving back to the valley. Well, with the gas being so high at this time right now, people are really crunching for money because of inflation being so high. We figured we could do a small part. We're in the car business, so gas is kind of related to our business, and we wanted to give back in that way, just to give a little bit back so that people have a little bit extra spending money because we have been so blessed. Well, I just kind of had a random thought with gas prices being high, and the general manager and ourselves discussed it, and it took us about 2 weeks to look at it and say what would be a good idea, how could we do it, what could we put together. El Tigre is a good customer of the Ford store, Spikes Ford, and so we got together with him and said, hey, let's do local gas stations with local people and try to keep it local as we can, because we're local all the way if we can be. So we're going to do it hopefully every couple of weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to pop up and say, guess what, listen to your radio stations, stay tuned, and the location will be unknown till we get there. And be like a surprise to everybody so nobody can kind of pre-plan it. So we're going to do it so I can spread it out with everybody, try to share with everybody and be fair about it. We'll be on our Facebook page at spikesford.net for more information. We will be posting what we're doing and what the date maybe, but not the location. So we'll have the location, say it might be in 2 weeks. We'll say Spikes Ford next gas buster promo is going to be on August 3rd, for instance, and then we'll be there and we'll say, guess what, here we are. And we're going to show up with our crew and we're going to go out and give some gas away. Have fun with it. Well, I just thank everybody for their business with Spikes Ford and any dealer, local dealer in the valley. We all appreciate it. Spikes Ford, we're in Mission, Texas at the Conway exit. We're a little drive out, but we try to treat customers with total respect, total customer service all the way. We're a 5-star Ford dealer. We practice that, try to live that with every customer. Invite anybody out to come out and visit us. Not to have to buy a car, just come out and check us out, see if it's your next purchase, you come by. We'd appreciate it. Come out and pre-order your car if you'd like. We do have some inventory in stock. We have a great selection of pre-owned. We'd like to invite everybody out. We have a car to fit everybody's needs, car, SUV, truck, in new or pre-owned. We have a great financing team available. A lot of cases, zero money down, so come by and check us out.
Again, we're talking about the Spikes Ford gas busters, where the amazing Spikes Ford team will pay half of your gas up to 35 gallons at an El Tigre location on the corner of 107 and Sherry over in Edinburgh. So be sure to take advantage again of this amazing deal. And if you'd like more information on all that's going on with the Spikes Ford team, then you can feel free to visit them at their 805 East Interstate Highway 2 location. You can give their team a call, and of course, you can always check out spikesford.net. So if you're a bit worried about spiking gas prices, we thought it'd be helpful just to share a few tips that might be able to help you save money. So according to money.com, it can really help us save money on gas when we make a conscious effort to reduce our use of AC when in the car. With us living here in South Texas, it might be a little bit hard to imagine not using your vehicle's air conditioner at all, but we're talking just a slight reduction in usage only. You don't have to completely give it up in order to lower the amount at the pump. The site says that with it being so hot outside, our engines can warm up quicker, and that in turn can help improve our fuel economy. It outlines that the using of AC in particularly really hot weather can actually reduce our fuel efficiency by 25%, and this is especially true when we're driving, for shorter road trips. The site says it's one of the biggest contributors to gas guzzling, so it's really important to keep that in mind. And it outlines that when we drive with our windows down, it can actually contribute to the waste of gas because it ups the wind resistance, so we need to be cognizant of idling and just avoid doing so whenever we can. We should also only use our AC when driving down the expressway and at faster speeds. And here's an interesting tip. The site says that we should look into paying for gas with cash instead of a card because the lowest prices are usually a cash-only price offer. So it says the next time that we need to, stop for gas, we should pay attention to the billboards and just watch closely for those kind of details. The site also says that we can try and take advantage of gas rewards cards. So if there are any cashback opportunities, and we can maybe get a small percentage of cashback every time we pay at the pump. Sometimes it doesn't feel like these small amounts can really do much, count for much, but they do. They add up, and especially if we find ourselves buying gas more often than not. The site says, or it does say, to check out the fine print though. So anytime we do make a decision to consider a rewards card, make sure to do that, just in case there are any hidden fees. But it outlines that if we do find a good deal, it can really help us just to save some money each time we fill up the tank. Another tip the site shares is just to try and fill up on gas on particular days of the week that you might notice there's cheaper prices, compared to other days. So if you see the price of gas fluctuating on the down curve, just try to fill up right then and there, even if you don't really need it at the time, just to take advantage of that cost. The site also outlines that according to the Gas Buddy app, Mondays and Fridays are usually two of the weekdays that apparently have slightly cheaper gas than other weekdays. And it says that it goes for over 150,000 stations across the U.S. So definitely interesting. And in case you're wondering how to find out, where the best gas prices are near you, the site says to avoid driving around looking for it physically, because obviously that uses up more fuel and takes more of your time. Instead, though, it recommends using an app like Gas Buddy or another one, to help find the best stops and deals. It also says that other useful tools can include Google Maps and Waze, because they also show you just different gas station price options. So definitely keep that one in mind as well. And when we're on the road, we've got to remember to drive patiently. The site says that when we're mindful of our speed limit, we can really help keep fuel costs down because we waste less gas. It outlines that if we're at a red light, for example, we should try and slowly move forward when the light turns green instead of just, rush to meet the speed limit as soon as possible. This way we can make the most out of the gas that we already have. Plus, the site says it's a good idea for us to plan, our different routes that we can take in order to avoid driving around without knowing where we're going or possibly driving the long way around when we couldn't have. It also outlines that we can also try and combine errands into one trip rather than making lots of smaller trips just to get things done, especially if it involves driving to the same city. The site also gives the recommendation of carpooling when able and even considering bikes or public transportation when available, just to help, cut down on fuel costs. Plus, since it's 2022, a lot of people are working from home. So if you can, and if it fits your lifestyle, of course, maybe try doing that as well. The site says it's also helpful, to control the wear and tear on your vehicle. And lastly, most of us like to use that cruise control, right? Well, the site urges for us to use it at the right times to help us save money on gas. So if you have a particularly long commute, then turn it on. But if you use it for just shorter distances and at varying speed changes, it might not be worth it and could even cause you to lose out on gas quicker. So now that you know how to, save more at the pump, we're going to give you a chance to plan out your next gas station visit and plan. But for now, let's go ahead and take a commercial break. But don't go anywhere because Vida is going to be right back.